sorry for the connection issue. You were telling me about the difference between dyscalculia and the children who have difficulties.
Yes.
So we were talking, yeah.
Yeah. So I can't see you, so I'm just talking.
You can't see me.
Oh, I can see you now. Okay. Right. No, so the difference with children who have got dyscalculia and who haven't got dyscalculia is children who haven't got dyscalculia, we are all born with what's called an innate, so we're born with an innate number sense. A very small baby, a few months old, can distinguish between one object, a toy, a doll, two objects, and can even see, can almost add and subtract, because it can see. I mean, they've done lots and lots of experiments with it. Just check in the eye gaze of the baby, and they can see that babies understand one more, one less. I have two, one is gone. So babies understand that, and that is an inborn ability that we have. Our brain has got an inborn ability to see things like 3, and to see things like more, a little bit more than 3, a lot more than 3. People with dyscalculia have not got that. So we've got to teach them. What we're trying to do is to teach them in a very visual way with lots of manipulatives to hopefully maybe get alternative circuits growing in the brain to help them see number a little bit better. So that's the difference. But like what I said to you from the BDA, so the British Dyslexia Association, the definition, it says dyscalculia is specific. Why is it specific? It's always to do with, I've said it a few times, it's called numerosity or number sense. It's always about numbers. It's not a child who's got difficulty in algebra or geometry. That's not the issue. The issue is the numbers.
No.
Yeah, for a child.
Understanding of numbers.
Exactly. For a child, number 5 might as well be Korean.
Yeah.
It doesn't. That's how you have to. That's how. Like when I'm trying to explain it, it would be like me teaching English children maths in Chinese. Chinese script. It doesn't mean anything to them. Whether you write a 7 or a 3, it's a squiggle. Yeah, they just tell you. Whether it's
they just learn by memorizing. They don't understand. They just memorize.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is the bad thing that maybe in education we lean on. The children, they memorize all. They don't understand. It's bad.
Exactly. I have got a child who's doing, according to UK standards, who's doing all right. She's in year 6. She knows all the times tables. Yeah, I do a little computer game with her, and she flies through them. And I said to her last week, I said, okay, can you draw me a sketch what 2 times 5 means? No idea.
She couldn't.
No idea.
So,
and we work with manipulatives, we work with Cuisenaire, we work with Numicon, we work with Deans, but she had never been shown that you can have, so I don't know, 3 times 4 means 3 groups of 4 objects. And she couldn't show me. She couldn't even draw. She'd never been shown. But she knew her times tables. No, she's learned to memorize her times tables. Because when I said to her, okay, because we were working on division, so I said, well, you're very, very good at your times tables. So I said, you know that 5 times 2 is 10, yeah? I said, have you learned about the fact families, the division, multiplication families? If you know that 5 times 2 equals 10, then 10 divided by 2 has got to be, no idea. So there's no connection between division. Now that happens with quite a few children, but it's particularly with this child, who I was told that, she tells me, so, oh, can we do times tables? Can we do times tables? Please, please, please. I let her do some times tables, but now I changed the times tables into, let's draw this times table and let's see what we can conclude. And we talked about, so I've got Cuisenaire rods. In fact, I'll just quickly show you some Cuisenaire rods. Hang on.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So these are very old. They are from the 70s. Okay. They were actually invented by a Belgian, George Cuigenet. So can you see, if I hold it like that, can you see the box?
Yes, I can
Yeah.
see it very well.
So it's
Yeah.
a box of coloured rods, and all the coloured rods have got a value. So this one is a 10, this one is a 1. But when you
Yes.
start teaching the children, you don't tell them what it is, because it could be anything.
Yes.
It could be, this could be a 1, and this could be 0.1. So it just
Yes.
depends what value you give it. So I said, okay, we're going to work on factors. She said, oh, I don't like factors. I don't like factors. I said, okay, get me the 10 rod, because she now knows what the values are. Get me the 10 rod. Okay. Can you make the 10 rod by using the 1 block? So she said, yeah. She did it. She on her table. I said, there you go. That's a factor. Oh. I said, shall we try another one? I said, let's try 2. So can you make 10 with 2? She says, yes. She says 10 is 5 lots of 2. And all of a sudden, it clicked, because she'd seen it with the rods. Then I said, okay, let's try 3. She says, right, okay. And she then realized, hang on a minute, that doesn't work. And she said to me, I couldn't believe it. This was how quickly this child made these connections. She said, oh, that's the remainder. Because she was like, no, that's too much. So she said, I've got 2 groups of 3 and a remainder. So for this child, all of a sudden, just by using these bits of plastic, it made sense. Yeah?
Yeah.
But this child isn't all of a sudden going to be brilliant at her numbers, because we do things like true or false. Okay, 7 is a 3 and a 4. She knows the pattern for 7, because we use specific dice patterns. She knows it's a 4 and a 3. She knows the doubles and near doubles. But when we do the patterns, she's absolutely fine. But when it comes to a calculation, she will still do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That it takes a long time for children like that, very able children, lovely, clever, bubbly, English, science, geography, history, everything. They're top of the class, but their maths. And that is very specific for children with dyscalculia as well. They are very good at all their other subjects. They are very able, which is why it's very frustrating for the parents to then say, oh, why can't you do 2 times 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just having a look at the definition as well.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, if you could tell us more about the learning strategies that you think are the most efficient in order to help those children. I totally agree with you that everything visual, the Montessori cubes, all of this helps a lot. I wanted to know what you think, what you use, and what helps in your intervention with this. With
I'm going to get my box. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Right. This is my traveling box. Okay. I've got all sorts of stuff in there, because I do a lot of online teaching, but I do go to sometimes to people's houses as well. But doing it online is nice, because I can reach so many more people. Right. This is my newest thing. I love it. It's a puppet. So you pop the bubbles. Now, I started using this. This wasn't my idea. This is from the Dyscalculia network, where UK professionals, were joined on Facebook. And somebody had bought this and said, oh, I love it, because this is tens. Yeah, so it's 10 rows of 10. So this is my new favorite, because I was working with a little girl yesterday. She's 7. I said, right, let's count in tens. And she was popping 10, 20. And I said, hang on a minute. I said, how many are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. And she said, oh, there's 10 there. So I said, okay, how many will you have there? She starts counting. 11, 12. So I said, hang on a minute. You know this is 10. And I took her finger and I said, let's pop all of these. And we popped the entire row. And she said, that's 10. So I said, what's that then? She said, that's another 10. Yeah. And I know it sounds simple, but for that child, that was a revelation. That you could count in tens. This is what it means, because she'd been learning to count in tens by rote. It didn't mean anything to her. And all of a sudden she was like, oh, can I count to the turquoise quantum? And she was like, 10, 20. And then she went again. 30, 40, 50. It's like, no, remember we've got to feel 10. Oh, yeah. So things like that. So this is my new favorite, which is not an
It's
official.
nice.
I know, I love it. I love it.
From where do you get your materials? From where do you get them?
Amazon, eBay, the street. Look, this is my other favorite. This is big glass beads and pebbles. Yeah, and with these, because they're very nice to feel, they're very shiny, they've got rainbow shininess on them, so children really like it. And with these we make these dice patterns. So the dice patterns I use, you all know the dice patterns 1 to 5, you know, from the normal games that we play. But the ones that I really like to use, and so I've got all sorts in my box. Here we are. They have been not the 1 to 6 ones, because they've been around, you know, forever. So you've got your 3, yeah, and I will say to the child, right, we're going to make these patterns. How do you make a 3? And we actually keep these patterns. We only work with the dice patterns, and most children know these. They know a 2, that's fine. They will know, obviously, they will know a 1. They will know a 4, but then what we do is we build it with these beautiful pebbles, and then I say, okay, a 4 is, and then we split them up, a 2 and a 2. So that is how you then teach them that. So it's called the doubles and near doubles property. So you can do the same with 6. So they build the 6, and physically they put the hand on a 3 and a 3, and they say, right, a 6 is a 3 and a